Leadership Doctors, Dr. Sheka Houston and Dr. Tammy Taylor. REAL stands for respect, excellence, accountability, literacy, and leadership. This framework is used to coach leaders and teachers and build student efficacy while putting systems in place that aligns the work of the school improvement, making the process manageable. The Leadership Doctors alignment systems are designed to help schools evolve and grow, all while instituting protocols and processes designed to promote collaboration and collegiality. They get into the weeds of work with leaders through their TrustMate Institute that you should contact them about today by filling out the contact form on their website.
Happy Saturday, everyone. Welcome to the REALL Academy, brought to you by Create and Educate with your very own Systems DoctHers, HERS. I am Dr. Sheka Houston.
And I am Dr. Tammy Taylor. Good morning, everybody.
Yes, good morning, everyone. Sorry, we are running a few minutes behind. We were having a little bit of technical difficulties on my end, so
believe it or not, it was not me and my computer this time.
Yes. So we are glad to have everyone in the REALL fam joining us. Principal Hurt, that is a part of the Fantastic Four. If this is your first time joining us, we are a network of live streamers with Principal Hurt out of Detroit, usually starting us off at 10 a.m. He is in Alabama today conducting professional development, so we know that he is knocking it out of the park like he normally does. Yours truly, Create and Educate with Dr. Tammy Taylor and I are at 10:30, and we are followed by Principal Kafele, the GOAT in education, right after us. And I see that he's on. And then on Sundays, PGP podcast with Dr. Morena and Josh Tovar. So good morning to everyone. We have two phenomenal guests with us today for this special episode. So because we are going to be doing an interview this morning, we will forego our normal shout outs just to give ourselves a little bit more time. But I'm definitely going to go through and put everyone's comment up. So shout out to everyone. Thank you all for joining us and being here. And we definitely always appreciate you. If this is your first time joining us, Dr. Taylor and I are practitioners. We are educational leaders who have improved our schools along with our phenomenal staff members. 2 report card grade levels in 1 year at my middle school from the school improvement status, and 3 report card grade levels at Tammy's elementary school. Both schools have since been removed from the list, and now we pay it forward because during that time period, we did not have lots of support, lots of help. So we like to use this live stream, the REALL Academy, to provide that help for educators, for parents, and any stakeholders, because it takes us all in that process to make sure that our schools are great. So go ahead, Tammy.
Oh, I was just saying, definitely. And just wanted to press pause and get all of the REALL fam and everybody from each platform to say happy birthday to my girl. Today is her birthday. And we are so thankful to God that she has the opportunity to celebrate another birthday. So happy birthday, Sheka.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. I'm thankful to God for seeing chapter 47. I know y'all can't tell because I don't look a day over 25. Y'all put that in the comments too. Thank you. And many of you have already been saying that. So thank you so much. We are going to bring up our phenomenal guest for this special interview episode, episode 159, Breonna Taylor and Me interview. So we are not going to belabor any longer. We're going to bring up our guest
And as
because
Sheka's bringing them forward, we want you to know that this is a very timely conversation, and Dr. Harris will probably speak to that some. So we want to welcome you all. Welcome.
Hi, happy birthday, Sheka.
thank you.
Good morning and happy birthday. I did not know. I did not know. And then you said what? And you said what? 37? Oh my goodness.
Yes, we all take
Go
that.
ahead. Go ahead with your bad
Yeah,
self.
I'll take
You wear
it.
well,
I'll
my
take it.
You wear well.
We
Thank
can take
you.
Pretty soon they're gonna start carding you at the movie theater. Pretty soon.
Okay.
Yeah, they
Mhm.
will. They will. I know it's coming. Thank you all for being with us. And we're going to let the real family know who is joining us because we know that that is very important. Tammy's going to read the bios and then we're going to jump right into our interview.
Yes, and our first bio is Angela Douglas, who is a Chester native. So shout out to our Chester girl that's on with us this morning. Angela Douglas, a Chester, South Carolina native, is the CEO and principal strategist of Douglas Strategy Group, LLC, renowned as both a scholar activist and a academic. Angela brings over 25 years of experience in state government research and analysis, alongside 12 years as a collegiate educator. Her impactful career includes 6 years on Chester City Council, where she served 2 terms as mayor pro tem, demonstrating her deep commitment to community empowerment and development. A seasoned political scientist and entrepreneur, Angela has been instrumental in securing over 6 million in grants and funding for clients and partner organizations. Her scholarly work has been presented nationally and internationally, including her contributions to notable publications like Trayvon Martin in the US and American Tragedy. She is co editor for the recently released Breonna Taylor and Me, Black Women, Racial Justice, and Reclaiming Hope. Angela's insights on rural politics, social justice, and public governance are frequently sought after by major media outlets like ProPublica, ABC News, and the Associated Press. Beyond her professional achievements, she has served on numerous boards, including a decade long tenure on the Chester Housing Authority Board, South Carolina Democratic Women's Council, and co founded the Rosa M. Douglas Scholarship Foundation, further exemplifying her dedication to uplifting her community. Thank you for your service, Angie, and welcome to the platform this morning.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And Sheka, since you're not glitching, do you want to do Dr. Harris?
No,
You want me
go
to go?
ahead. Yeah.
So next we have, and are honored to have him as well, not Chester native, but we are accepting you anyway, sir. Dr. Emmanuel D. Harris the second is originally from Indianapolis, Indiana, and he received his master's and PhD from Washington University in St. Louis, where he was a chancellor's fellow. A professor of Spanish at the University of North Carolina, Wilmington, he teaches all levels of Spanish language as well as Hispanic culture and literature. In addition, he instructs various classes in Africana Studies, where he serves as the director of the program. In 1996, he was awarded Teacher of the Year at Washington University and has been honored to have a service award established in his name in 2000 at Baker University, where he formerly instructed. Dr. Harris has published various books and numerous articles, and they are so numerous. We're going to pick out just a few. Um, but he also co-edited the volumes The Trayvon Martin in U.S. and American Tragedy and Breonna Taylor and Me, Black Women, Racial Justice, and Reclaiming Hope. He is currently writing The Black Soil, the Allen Family Farm Story. He has been recognized by UNCW for outstanding dedication to mentoring and supporting Latino graduates and is the two-time recipient of the Desir Award for Excellence in Mentoring. We say thank you for your service and contributions, Dr. Harris, and welcome to the Real Family.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me today and giving me the opportunity. It's an honor, truly an honor to be here with you all. And to be an honorary Chester person, come on. Today is my day. You made my day. I'm feeling pretty good now.
Being in the company of 3 Chester girls, you are really going to be on fire.
Yes. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling good. Thank you.
Well, thank you all so much for joining us, and also the contribution of your book, Breonna Taylor and Me. And I'm going to share my screen so that people can also see what the book looks like. So if you would tell us just a little bit about the book, Breonna Taylor and Me, Black Women, Racial Justice, and Reclaiming Hope. Just a little bit about what the book is about, and then why this book and why now.
Go ahead, Manny.
Go ahead, Angela. I'll let you have the first word.
Well, I will say that the book is more than just what the title suggests. Originally, we wanted to set out and make sure that Breonna Taylor's story was told, and it was told in whole, as opposed to just the mere pieces, the sound bites that you heard on the news. We wanted a concentrated area where you could find out information about what actually happened. But beyond that, we wanted to go just a bit beyond that to make sure that people understood that our fight is not over. Oftentimes we look at the struggle for Black men or for women, which is oftentimes code for white women. But at that intersection between race and gender, we have Black women, and we are out there fighting for everyone, and we only get a piece of the pie. So Manny caught me at a very weak point, I will say, where I was struggling bad. It was, summer of 2020, and the earth was on fire everywhere. The world was on fire, whether it was COVID or racial injustice or street social unrest. You couldn't go anywhere and just breathe clean air. And for me at that time, Manny was it. He was like, we have to put this out there. We have to put it in a way that we can package it for the masses. And so I do credit him for grounding me during that time where I was struggling so bad to make sense of the world. And we reached out to our colleagues, many of whom had never done any peer review publications, and we wanted to offer that. So we didn't want it to just be about us. We wanted to share that and share the voices of many people, particularly Black women and Black female scholars.
Exactly. And to go along with that, if I may add briefly, Dr. Taylor, Dr. Houston are also contributors to this wonderful edition. And their articles outstanding and powerful and strong, and all the contributors stepped up and have a voice in this volume. But I must say, first and foremost, that without Angela Douglas, this project doesn't happen, plain and simple. So I reached out to her coming out of the pandemic. We're all going through pain and loss in various different ways. And I said very humbly, I said, can we do this? And I can't do it. We can't do it unless you give the go ahead. And so I thank you, Senator, for your help.
But I said no.
I didn't hear that part. I heard the yes afterwards when I asked you the third time. But and then we have a collection of scholars and activists and writers from all different disciplines. We celebrate the life of Breonna Taylor, but we also recognize the contributions of Black women, both historically and in current times too. So it is a timely piece in many ways.
Very, very much so. And thank you both for inviting Tammy and I to be a part of it. It was an honor. The finished product is just phenomenal, and that's why we found it necessary to do this interview, because we want to make sure that this information reaches the people that it needs to touch. I see inside it says that it's a book series of curriculum studies. And as you mentioned, there's multiple authors. It's broken up into three parts. Part one, Breonna Taylor and Me, the historical context is provided about Black women. And there's a part two, the summer of 2020 and beyond, centering Black women. And part three, the legacies of Black women, respect, empowerment, and hope. So if you all would just speak to the timeliness of what is happening right now with the possibility of us having a future Black woman president, and how Breonna Taylor and Me fits into that narrative.
Man,
To begin with, what an exciting time to be alive, right?
Mm-hmm.
To see this convention, to see Vice President Harris step forward in the role as a candidate for the presidency is truly, truly inspiring. And she has acknowledged it herself that she is coming on the footsteps and on the shoulders of those that came before her. And our book, this project, our book, and that includes all these individuals on this panel. Our book, our project, is part of that, is celebrating that continuum. The road has not been easy by any means. And so that makes the contributions and the achievements of just being on the Democratic ticket for Vice President Harris that much more significant. But when we take that in the context of the ongoing struggles and the ongoing persecutions of Black women in particular, then it's cause to take a pause and to understand even more. We'll at some point we might talk about later the fact that just yesterday, or day before yesterday, Thursday rather, a federal judge came forth with a decision that two of the officers involved in the shooting, the charges against them, the federal charges against them, the felony charges against them, were reduced to a misdemeanor, putting fault on Breonna's boyfriend instead of the officers who came in with the bullets and the guns raised and put 30 bullets into their home. So, and that was just Thursday. And so the struggle is real, and it goes on.
Yeah, the struggle continues. We're feeling the euphoria of the DNC and this triumphant historical moment where we have a person of color, a woman of color, actually getting a national party nomination for the first time ever in our lifetime. Like, we're actually seeing this in real time, where we've broken the color barrier. Now we are also breaking the gender barriers. And it's amazing to see and to feel. I know I've shared many of tears this week alone, for good reasons, right? To see all of the support and energy and funding that she is getting to carry this campaign forward is amazing. But we have to remember from whence she comes, the shoulders that she stands on, and give much recognition to the likes of Shirley Chisholm, who is a trailblazer in and of herself. My dad and I talk about this all the time, and what it means to be a trailblazer. You oftentimes we hear about the first or the only Black this or the first Black that, and we automatically just say they are trailblazers. Well, they don't actually become the trailblazer until someone can use that path, right? Someone can use that path and go beyond them. And so we give Shirley Chisholm her flowers for blazing a trail for Kamala Harris to not only meet up with her in the run for a national party's nomination, but then to also surpass her. And I don't want to take anything from, Hillary Clinton or Geraldine Ferraro or any of the others who have attempted in that way as well. But we get to see this real time where we are able to give Shirley Chisholm that Trailblazers Award in 2024. But also all of the little girls that are looking and saying, oh, now I can see this. We saw it during the Olympics. We had a super major high during the Olympics. And I don't know, but I'm sure Fisher Price and everywhere else decided to make gym equipment for children because so many little girls are now flipping and twirling. And the gymnastics, I have donated to some little girls who have decided to take gymnastics. So
I feel like cutting flips.
Exactly. And so it's amazing that we are now telling children that they can see themselves in the world. I was born in the 70s, but I still didn't see myself as much as I can see myself now.
I completely agree with you, Angela, that representation is just so important. And our show is very short, so we are coming up on time to switch over to our partner, Principal Kafele. So we are definitely going to have to make this into a series because this book and talking about because we haven't even gotten into like what it's about yet. We will definitely have parts 2, probably 3 and 4 to make sure that everyone understands the importance, the significance, and why you need to get your copy of this book. As we're ending, tell people how they can get a copy.
Yes, it's great too. We're
it is everywhere. Of course, you can go to the publishers, peterlang.com, the publisher, Peter Lang, but also Amazon, Books A Million, Barnes & Noble, wherever you get, university libraries, university bookstores. So you're able to get it wherever books are sold.
Right. Exactly.
Perfect. So we will continue this conversation. Thank you all. And I'm saying that as if I have know y'all schedule and know y'all gonna be back with us next.
Oh, we coming back.
Few Saturdays. But even if
we can birthday celebration, we need to break off of that too.
That's right. But even if we have to pre-record, we definitely want people to get the importance behind the stories that are included. So thank you all so much for joining us. I've put in the comments the link to where the book can be purchased. So we are honored to be contributors, and we look forward to continuing this discussion about Breonna Taylor and me. Thank you all for joining us. Please make sure that you hop over next to Principal Kafele's page. One of our Real Fam members is being interviewed this morning, Stacey L. Joy. So we are excited to hear her, fellow educator, fellow sister. And also on Sunday, join PGP podcast with Principal Josh Tovar out of Texas and Dr. Morena. You all have a great rest of your Saturday.
Thank you. Thanks for having us. Appreciate it. Blessings and peace.
If I can get my